शुक्रिया आपका प्यारे प्रभु, शुक्रिया मुझको जीवन दान दिया, अपना बना लिया।
शुक्रिया आपका प्यारे प्रभु, शुक्रिया।
Good afternoon, team. One of you please confirm whether the voice is loud and clear and the background noise is not too much.
Yeah, all good, all good. Yeah.
All good, right? Okay, great. So as mentioned, today we are going to revise day 3 content and then we will go to day 4 and see what is the mystery that author is going to offer us. Day 3 was all about the self-talk. So if we carefully observe our talk or conversation, the majority of conversation we do with ourselves, isn't it? Or is it with the people around us? What do you think? So let the So I request all of you, you can kind of unmute yourself and be in a participative mode so that we get the best outcome. So if we are kind of talking with ourselves the most, then we need to know what is that kind of self-talk and what is the quality of self-talk that we do on a regular basis. Because the conversation that we do with ourselves is going to create the pattern that is going to determine the destiny. Our destiny is going to be determined with this simple self-talk that we are doing on day-to-day basis. Because that is the story that we are telling to ourselves on day-to-day basis. And that is going to determine our destiny also. So let's see how author is describing in this particular chapter about the self-talk. Changing the message you give yourself, what message we give to ourselves, and clearing our negative thoughts from the past so we can live in the present moment. This is what actually author is targeting in this chapter. Each day that we practice mirror work, we may fall in love with ourselves a little bit more. Each day it becomes easier to say our positive affirmations and truly believe them. If most of you have kind of practiced so far, then you might be actually observing this particular fact that each day our self-love quotient is increasing, isn't it? But if we are not practicing, then this is high time when we have to make sure that we need to practice on a day-to-day basis. Even though it is less, it is okay. But let's make sure that we are practicing. And let's make sure that we are enhancing, we are increasing our self-love on a day-to-day basis. So today I would like to work with you on changing what I call your self-talk, what you say to yourself in your head. This is what is the intention of this topic. Too often we accept the early messages from our parents, our teachers, and our authority figures. You were probably told things like stop crying like a baby, you never clean your room, why won't you make your bed, and you did what people told you to do in order to be loved. So that kind of conditional mindset we have already developed from our childhood. When we were young, we might have gotten the idea that we were acceptable only if we did certain things. Otherwise, we will be deprived of things which we like, isn't it? Many times, actually, this happens. But here, author is saying a little different idea. Okay, acceptance and love should not be conditional. Okay. However, it bears remembering that others' approval was based on their ideas of what was worthwhile and had nothing to do with your self worth. Focus on this line, their ideas. So it doesn't. So, what is good and what is not good, I won't say bad, not good, is again like conditional. It's a subjective thing. What I feel is good might not be the same version that you feel as good. And we cannot say that you are right or I am right. Everyone has their different way of looking things, and everyone has their different perspective. And if we are making a condition that if you are going to do how I want you to do, and that is my definition of good, then only you will be deserving this, then that is kind of a wrong thing to do. And from our childhood, actually, we are hardwired to think that if we are not going to follow the instruction of their versions of good, then we will be deprived of the things which we are supposed to get. The early messages contribute to our self-talk. The way we talk to ourselves inwardly is really important because it becomes the basis of our spoken words. Now also, on our day-to-day talk, we use many words. And what is the basis of those vocabulary or the thought process? That comes from the same fundamental belief system that is already created in our childhood. So it set up the mental atmosphere in which we operate and attracts our experiences to us. If we belittle ourselves, life is going to mean very little to us. However, if we love and appreciate ourselves, then life can be a wonderful, joyous gift. So all of us definitely want this particular thing. Life should be wonderful and joyous gift. But we need to introspect and reflect deeply that whether we are doing the thing which really required for us to feel the life as a wonderful and joyous gift. Unless until we are doing the things which is really required for us to reach to that state, we might be actually deceiving ourselves. So thought pattern is the primary thing to be watchful, and because that is actually going to determine how we are going to feel life as. Going forward, author is saying if our life is unhappy or we are feeling unfulfilled, it is very easy to blame our parents or God or any situations, environment, anything. Just see, just introspect again. Many a times we feel little not so good, little dim, little dull, or little bored, or little kind of irritated. Where our point goes during those time, are we in a state to introspect ourselves? What is not going right within me, due to which I am feeling this kind of things, or am I just trying to point out to the external circumstances, external people, person, relatives, or environment, and trying to shift the blame. The blame game we try to start. Yeah. So I hope you all have kind of introspected. So if it is most of the time to the outward, then let's make a conscious shift in our thought pattern where we need to think what is it that I need to change so that I can start taking the control and be in the control of my own mood. So this one we can definitely do, and it is in our control. So the author is saying, however, if you do that, you will stay stuck in your conditions, your problems, and your frustrations. Words of blame will not bring you freedom. Words of blame will not bring you freedom. Let's make it very prominent in our mind, and let's be observant that not a single word should be framed in terms of blame, in terms of excuses. Then only we will be in our control. Everyone wants to be in control, but unless until we are taking the control of our thought, unless until we are taking the control of our own self, we cannot control other things, surroundings, or be it anything else. Our words have great power, so start listening closely to what we are saying. Words have great power. How many of you really believe that words or the vocabulary that we use have great power?
Yes,
Anyone
very
believe?
true. Yes,
Very
absolutely.
totally.
Yes, two of us actually. We are kind of 15 odd people. Two have kind of very firmly believe. What about others? Just say whether
Yes,
it
I
doesn't
also.
matter. Believes, you also believe, right, Nidhi? Okay, we are getting few chat messages. Nisaji and Sikanji also saying yes.
In fact, I think
So
we become what we say.
yes,
What we say, we become that. Yeah.
yeah. So what is the seed which is shaping our vocabulary or word? It is again the thought. So what we are thinking, what we are feeling, thoughts and emotions are again the foundation basis that the words are getting formed or the vocabularies are getting formed. Once we are conscious of these two primary things, then we will be able to control the way we are saying and the way we are feeling also. It is kind of a vicious cycle it forms, and we can control our destiny. So be very, very cautious about the words, about the vocabulary that we are using. Let's make it very clear that we are not going to think or not going to say any kind of negative words. No excuses, no blame game. And it is quite possible. Initially, it might be little challenging, but if we are observant, if we are conscious, then we can definitely change slowly, step by step. So for that, author is saying, so start listening closely to what you say. And how we can do that? By taking a pause. Many a times we are saying without thinking anything. We just say whatever we want to say, we are just mindlessly saying, mindlessly talking. And in that way, we are talking much more than it is really required. Believe it or not, when we say something, when we are talking and when we are talking absurd or too much, those are going to take a lot of energy from our mind. So why to waste the energy and also bring something unwanted to our life? So for that, we will be taking a pause whenever we want to say something to someone, particularly if we are not feeling good for something which we are observing and we want to say something to other person, we will be taking a pause. What I am going to say. Okay, think for a while whether any negative things are embedded in my vocabulary or the way any kind of blame I am planning to give to others, whether I have done my homework correctly, whether I am in control, whether if I would be in the other person's place, just wear the shoe from the other person's hat and then think how I would be expecting the other person to treat me. Many things actually we can do, and we can listen closely what we want to say beforehand only. If you hear yourself using negative or limiting words, you can change them. And we just now understood what are the process by which we can do it. If I hear a negative story, I do not go around repeating it to everyone. But what I have seen many a times, particularly in this age, many a times actually the negativity, the negative news or negative rumors or negative things are kind of hot and people like to hear them more and more. So try to make sure that we are not going to fall prey in that alluring kind of sense gratification things. These are all kind of illusions, I would say. They are the traps, and once we are aware, we will not fall into those traps. Because once we start saying these negative stories to others, it will amplify. Our mind is just like a what do you say? You see a magnification projector. It has a
Magnifying glass. Magnifying glass.
magnifying glass in smaller version and a projector in a better version. You can say it's like a projector. Yeah, both are fine. So if we are seeing something in the mobile screen, it is small. But if we are kind of plugging that same screen to a projector, it is now a big event. Many people can see. Similarly, what we do generally, if we are not conscious, then we are plugging our mind to a projector, or our mind becomes a projector. And the negative thoughts that we are projecting will reach to many people. And what we emit to others will eventually come back to us also. And we really do not want to fall into the negative trap, but see how we are the reason for creating the negative situations, negative outcome to see in our life. So let's be very, very careful, and let's not start or be the reason to propagate the negative things, negative stories. I think that it has gone far enough and I let it pass. However, if I hear a positive story, I tell everyone. So for positive things, generally, okay, people think that it's little boring. Like few people say that ज्ञान मत सुनाओ, ये पॉजिटिव बातें सबको आता है, सबको पता है. लेकिन it's not about knowing, it's about reflecting deeper enough so that to understand whether I am able to follow them or not in my life. That is where actually the victory lies. It is not definitely knowing. From the knowing level, we have to go deeper to the doing and thinking level. And that happens certainly one way is like to repeat it again and again with some awareness. That makes it easier. When we are out with other people, really listen to what they are saying and how they are saying it. See if you can connect what they say with what they are experiencing in their lives. We need to observe their versions also very carefully and closely. Particularly people whom we admire and who are really great people or role model, and their versions are available in YouTube. When we are watching them, just watch them closely, how they are behaving, how they are talking, what kind of vocabulary they are using. Okay. And once we are closely observing, unconsciously those things will come to us. That is also another way by which we can bring the change that we want to see in us. Here author is saying many people live their lives in shoulds, and we have discussed in detail why should not be used. Okay, so instead of that, what author has suggested is let's use could. That is more polite, and that is like kind of giving us the choice. Okay, if we are using should, I should do this, I should do that, they should have done this, they have not done, they should treat me like this. So all this should is actually a mental concoction, like kind of we are expecting something which is kind of my own projection again. It may be true, it may not be true. So why to fall trap in those kind of things? Okay. Then author has said you can practice positive self-talk during your mirror work, making only positive statement about yourself and repeating only positive affirmations. Affirmations are nothing but the positive statement that we consciously repeat. Those are the affirmations. So they are just normal sentence also. It can be normal sentence. If a person used to do affirmation, the positive affirmations again and again, and made a good training to his or her mind, then that person's each word becomes affirmation, positive affirmation. So our aim is to reach to that state where it happens unconsciously. So there are 4 stages of learning, and this is the last stage where it happens unconsciously. You need not to do any conscious effort, and it happens effortlessly. So if you have seen also my group, like the groups that I have in the announcement group, if you go and see, most of the things are targeting to reach to that state. Effortlessly it happens. So to that stage, once we reach, the life becomes automatic, and not in the sense of automatically doing the wrong thing, because we want to preserve our energy and to do few things very automatic, which are really a positive or what do you say, like the good things, उसको ऑटोमेटिक वर्सन में मशीन में डाल देना है. फिर what we really want to do, in that we can focus more. Going forward, author is saying if any one of the negative self-talk from your childhood comes up, you can turn it around into a positive statement. One example author has given: you never do anything right. This might be the version that we have heard in our childhood. This could become the affirmation: I am a capable person and I can handle anything that comes my way. So this is what actually the transformation that author has done and shown us as an example. The version that we heard is you never do anything right is the version that others have used, which may or may not be true from the context that has been told that time. We are no more going to carry that version. We can always have the capacity and intention to transform it, and with that intention, let's transform. As we listen to ourselves and others, we can become more aware of what we say and how and why we say it. What, how, and why. Just focus on these things: what, how, and why. These 3 keywords are very important and my favorite keywords. What, how, and why. This is not only important in this particular context, this is very much important in most of the things that we do. Go deeper, ask what, how, and why, and you will reach to a different realm altogether. This awareness will help you change your self-talk into affirmations that will nurture and heal you in body and mind. Okay? What a wonderful way to love yourself. Ultimately, this is the intention that author has here kept, to love ourselves. So, by transforming the negative versions, first, in short, actually, we need to see the patterns that we are still holding from our childhood and consciously transform them by negating it. This is what is the process. And one affirmation that the author has given: I release all the negative messages from my past, from the past. I live in the present moment. Everyone wants to live in the present moment, but what is it that we are doing to live in the present moment? At least the affirmation that we really, the similar kind of affirmation that if we are practicing, then we can slowly change our state of mind to live in the present moment most of the time, if not all the time. The day 3 mirror exercise looks like this. There are 7 steps the author has suggested. First step is, author is suggesting bathroom mirror. This is the best place to start your mirror work, because there you do not have anyone to hear you and judge you. However, we have to come beyond that also. If we are in the realm of thinking that, जैसे एक हिंदी में एक कहावत है, दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा रोग क्या कहेंगे लोग. तो अगर लोग क्या कहेंगे वो भी मैं सोचूं तो लोग क्या सोचेंगे. So leave it. We need not to worry. Wherever and whenever we are seeing a mirror, if not a mirror, open your mobile camera and start doing your work. What you want to achieve, you are going to be benefited if you do it diligently. कोई कहता है नहीं कहता है, doesn't matter. And एक दिन कहेगा, 2 दिन कहेगा, फिर तीसरे दिन समझ भी जाएगा. So let's not make it a barrier that okay, bathroom engaged था या फिर bathroom में नहीं हो पाया, भूल गया, next day करूँगा. All these things, let's eliminate it. And whatever resources we are seeing or whatever resources are available, with that, let's start. Then look into your eyes. In the mirror, what we are supposed to do is we need to look into our own eyes. Why? We are confronting ourselves. We are going deeper to our subconscious. Okay? How? By feeling and reflecting. So the step is look into your eyes, and one thing is missing here. Take deep breath. When we are taking the deep breaths, we are bringing our consciousness to the present moment easily. So not only we need to just look into our eyes, we need to take little deeper breaths and bringing our consciousness to the present moment. Awareness is proper, clear, clarity will come, and then affirmation will start. Whatever I say to myself, I will say it with love. Third day mirror exercise affirmation is, whatever I say to myself, I will say it with love. If I am saying it with love, very likely I am unable to create any kind of negative feeling. I cannot feel guilty if I am feeling or inducing love. Is it possible? Is it possible to have the feeling of love and guilt or feeling of love and fear together? Anyone?
No, no, both things can't go hand in hand.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, if we want to remove the negativity, if we want to remove the things which we do not want, we need to instill the opposite of it. And For most of the negative things, love is the ultimate resort. So we need to say ourselves, whatever I say to myself, I will say it with love. Once we repeat again and again and again, automatically we will be creating the pattern, and awareness will automatically enhance. Then fourth step says, keep repeating it. Whatever I say to myself in this mirror, I will say it with love. So it starts with a mirror, but it is not going to restrict in the mirror, because we are not going to carry the mirror, or we are not going to practice the mirror work throughout the day. After the mirror work is done, then also the pattern will continue. If we have done it enough number of times, and with feeling and with consciousness, with awareness. Fifth step says, is there a statement that you heard as a child that still sticks in your head? Very, very, very important. Inner child healing, if anyone wants to feel or do, then deeper reflection is really required. Go back to your childhood days memory. Okay, initially it might be a little difficult. Do not reject that it is not, do not think that it is not possible. Try to give little more focus. If it is not coming from in the first day, well and good, leave it, accept it, do it the next time, the same day after few hours or the next day morning, and try to understand and hear the feeling of the childhood memories, or what is the childhood memories that is still sticking in our mind. Okay, give me a second, my charger I need to connect. It's going to die the battery, laptop battery. Yes, so we were here. Yeah, so we need to go deeper and understand. We need to recover the memory, what is still sticking to our mind, to our head. Maybe something like, you are stupid, you are stupid, you are not good enough, or whatever else comes to your mind. Take time to work with negative statements and turn them into positive affirmations. I am smart. I am more intelligent than I realize. I am a genius with an abundance of creative ideas. I am a magnificent person. I am lovable. I am worth loving. So these affirmations are really nice, and we can record these affirmations on our own voice and play it in the repetitive mode whenever we are walking, taking a walk, or doing some exercise, or just we want to do some relaxation in the bed, yoga nidra also. During that time also we can do. So this will go deeper to our subconscious mind slowly and slowly. Okay. Yeah. When you love, you start forgiving the one you love. Yes, Balaji has rightly pointed. Then the sixth step says, choose one or two of the new positive affirmations and say them over and over again. If not all, one or two at least, we need to repeat again and again. Keep saying them until you feel comfortable with them. Initially, we have already seen or heard authors saying that in the initial time, it is normal to feel uncomfortable. It may happen, but let's not stop. Let's keep repeating it with the faith. Unflinching faith is required, with the feeling, with the positivity, and the result has to have come. And the step number 7, the last step, is each time we pass a mirror or any kind of glass where we can see our reflection, that time we need to stop and repeat these loving affirmations. The loving affirmations need not to be one of these things which author has mentioned. There are hundreds others. Which statements are powerful enough or loving enough? When you are uttering to yourself, you are feeling loved. That you need to pick. That version is the right version for yourself to bring the transformation you want to see. This is what actually is the mirror work for day 3 that author has suggested to do. And the 7th step is like kind of we may be doing the work from home and hardly we are going somewhere, and we are not getting opportunity to see the mirror in the day, throughout the day anytime. So that time we can always use the mobile camera, selfie camera as our mirror. It takes hardly less than 1 minute. Do it more often and see the results that you want to experience. Going forward, author has given the journaling exercise also. There are 3 primary questions that author has given in the day 3. The first question goes, did you repeat a negative story today? Okay. This journaling need not to be done only before we go to sleep. If we are doing that way, very likely we will forget, we will be tired during the night, like late evening before going to sleep. We will feel like okay, आज नहीं कल करेंगे, आज याद नहीं आ रहा है कुछ, आज हम बहुत थकान हो रहा है, गया, जर्नलिंग हो नहीं पाएगा. So my way of doing journaling, and I have suggested in abundance group also, in abundance and implementation groups, that we need to do the journaling in a different way. One glimpse, one trick I will say out of that is, do it every 2 hours or every 3 hours, and your memory will be fresh. You will be able to capture not everything you need to write. Maybe once or twice in a day you can write, the other times you just bring it into your memory and feel it, understand, reflect, and correct, calibrate. That is what actually is really required. So after 2-3 hours it is easier for us to reflect, see if there was any negative story that I told to my mind. Slowly, if we can do every hour, then that is the best thing to do, I would say. But in the initial days, it might be little too much, so I have kind of suggested all of you to do it at least every 2 to 3 hours. Then after that, we need to, author is suggesting to write down how many times you repeated this negative story and how many people you told it to. Those are, in general, those are called rumors or negative, or kind of क्या बोलते हैं उसको in Hindi. Maybe some term is there which is मिर्च मसाला लगा के बोलते रहते हैं negative things को. So if by chance, due to our old conditioning or habit, we have done it, how many times we have done it, that we need to write. Now write down something positive you can tell those people tomorrow that will help them feel better about themselves and everyone around them. हमने डैमेज क्रिएट किया है, हम ही उसको ठीक करेंगे. So how we can do that? Just by negating the previous thing, just by transforming the previous thing. Yesterday if we have told something negative, it is our duty to tell something positive. If we have told to 5 people, we need to do this positive story, the positive thing which will empower them and make sure that the number of people to whom we are telling is double the number of people that we have done it yesterday or done it before 3 hours. That way we can actually bring the transformation. The second journaling that author is suggesting us to do is write down the word should. Next to it, make a list of words to use instead. You might start with the word could. Okay, you might start with the word could. Very, very important thing, important exercise we need to do. We can actually, we are really a good advisor. Many times actually we generally advise. आपको ऐसा करना चाहिए, आपको ऐसे जाना चाहिए, आपको ऐसा बोलना चाहिए. We see ourselves less and we see others more, and we judge and we give advice. Should. And at times, this is also true that we critically evaluate ourselves to the extent that we feel guilty. So there actually the inner version, the inner talk also will be having a lot of should words. So author is suggesting be mindful, write them down and see how it sounds when you use could instead of should. Could you do like this? So you are giving an opportunity for the other person to decide. And when you give that space to the other person, and so it is true for yourself also, when you give the space, the opportunity to decide, everyone feels good, isn't it? When someone is directing you that you have to do this or you should do this, versus one person is giving you the option, can you or could you do like this? Would you mind to do like this? So you are actually getting the opportunity to feel good and do. Whatever we do with the feeling of good, we do it very, like we do it repeatedly. We ourselves feel like doing it deliberately. उसमें मेहनत की जरूरत नहीं है, उसमें कोई फोर्स नहीं है, कंपल्सन नहीं है. So purposefully we have to, consciously we have to remove the should with and replace with could and similar kind of words. Not only could, there are many things. Would you mind? Okay, to in our self-talk also, I should do this. Okay, I can also do like this. Give the options and see the difference. Third journaling question is, post several of new positive affirmations you learned today on your mirror so you can practice them whenever you see them. Post several of the new positive affirmations you learned today on your mirror so you can practice them whenever you see them. That we have already discussed in the previous steps. Then the last two paragraph here, actually author is suggesting your heart thought for day 3 is, I always have a choice. And where it started? It started by replacing the word should, say could. Remove the word should and bring similar word like could, would, and we are always having a choice. I have a choice and I give the choice to others also by changing the way I say. Should को replace किया could or something similar. So our vocabulary, we need to be aware and change it. What can be dropped now from your should list? Replace the word should with the word could. Could lets you know that you have a choice, and choice is freedom. And each of us really looking for freedom. What is it that our core self looks for? It's nothing but the freedom. But maybe we are actually not able to hear it properly and doing every other thing which are actually leading us towards the bondage, not to the freedom. So one of the way by which we can experience that is by changing the vocabulary of compulsion to choice. So this is something which author is again reaffirming, which already we have discussed. We always have a choice. I always have a choice. This can be an affirmation also. I am having a choice. I always have a choice. And I have all the power within me to exhibit the choice that I want to choose. Your day 3 meditation, you deserve love. Day 3 of audio download also we can get it from the YouTube, or I think in the website of the Louis Hay, it's already present. So what it says is see yourself surrounded by love, see yourself happy, healthy, and whole. See your life as you would like it to be, putting in all the details. Know that you deserve it. Then take the love from your heart and let it begin to flow, feeling your body with healing energies. Let your love flow around the room and around your home until you are in an enormous circle of love. So intention is to create the enormous circle of love and to feel that love circulating all over us. This is the meditation that we need to do. We need to align our thoughts, our affirmations, our meditational commentary in such a way that we feel this in reality. Love is the most powerful healing force there is. Let it wash through your body. You are love, and so it is. That means if we want to experience the love, we do not need external situation, people to feel the love. It is already within me. It is my inherent quality. Love is my inherent quality. I am love. I do not need love. When I am something, I do not seek that thing from others, from situation, from person, from people. So it is very true that we are love, embodiment of love. Feel it, experience it, and you will be independent. You will not look for love from situations or people anymore. The power will be always with us. So this is all about day 3, and I'm sorry, actually it took little longer. Not little longer. It actually kind of we have actually crossed the time, so we will not be able to read the day 4 today. I have purposefully done it because this self-talk exercise has to be done very deeply, and if we miss this particular thing and going to the next chapter, the foundation is not going to be right. So it is worth enough to do this particular chapter in detail again and again, and let's do the day 4 tomorrow. I hope it is all good with you all.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Komal.
Sir, I would like to know that can we get this PDF so that we can
Yes.
go through once again?
PDF is already there in the group description. Just there is a link already I have given. That is the link to the Telegram group of my Telegram group where a lot of similar books are already there, and this particular book is also bookmarked.
Okay,
In case someone is not having the Telegram,
PDF?
yeah, PDF.
Sir,
it is in the PDF version.
okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. In case someone is not having the PDF, they can DM me and I will send you directly instead of cluttering the group.
Sir, then I would request you if you could kindly send me.
Yeah, ping me, DM me, and I'll share the PDF with you directly.
Sir, what's the book name, sir?
The book name is Mirror Work. 21 days.
Mirror Work.
Yeah, Mirror Work. 21 days
Perfect.
to your life. That's the.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much for joining.
Thanks.
If anyone has any other things to discuss or ask anything, do feel free and ask,
Yes.
and I'll share the recording also. Yes, Sumanji.
Yes, Vikashi, I want to ask that many times we are very positive And we have some close connections who always do negative talk. We don't want to listen, but due to the relations, they are such that we have to. In such cases, what should be our attitude towards them? How we can behave in those situations?
So you are saying that you are already positive, but the people surrounded to you are not in line. They are not positive, and they always do the negative talk around you, and you feel a
Yes.
little belittled, right? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there are two things. One is like kind of we have our own aura. They have their own aura. If we are having a powerful aura, we will be influencing them. If they have a powerful aura, they will influence us. So it is again up to us to take this as a challenge and work on our aura. Be make it so strong that they will be influenced and they will change by seeing how we are doing things, how we are thinking, how we are doing, how our aura is, and the positivity will transform them. Do not engage in advising them more, but work on yourself, okay, and see that your aura becomes stronger day by day. Because when we start saying them from verbally, they again feel that okay, this person is advising me. So the choice again we are not giving. Instead, what we need to do, we need to work on ourselves so thoroughly, okay, that we will be in enhancing our aura, our mindset. Okay, that is what actually we are doing in abundance group here also to some extent. And abundance group, whoever are present in the call, also you can always check with them. So there actually the focus is how we need to increase our inner strength, our aura, to the extent that we will be influencing others and we will be communicating to their soul. It is less powerful when we talk, when we converse and ask them to change or ask anyone to do something. When we do it from soul to soul communication, that is much more powerful. And we are actually focusing on that part. You can just understand that it is possible, and it is possible by working on our own self.
Yeah,
So
true.
take the yes, it is possible actually.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sumanji. So,
Thank you
if
so much,
any,
everyone.
thank you, Nidhi. So, thank you all. We'll again see maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Tomorrow, I will see. I have some medical urgency to attend for one of my relatives. So, if there is no session, then I will be sharing the recording of the previous sessions, and that would be a great opportunity for us to revise. Otherwise, we will be having day 4 tomorrow.
Thank you, Bikashi.
Thank you, Fatima ji. Thank you, Nisa ji. Thank you, Moni ji.
you.